Today's Metro News television forecast is brought to you by Lou Wendell Marine Sales. We sell family fun.
All eyes are on the lower Great Lakes today for a severe weather outbreak. Those storms weaken as they push east, bringing a marginal threat into West Virginia late tonight, including a marginal threat for some excessive rainfall. Then redeveloping storms with a widespread slight risk here, primarily for some damaging winds on Thursday, and a target for flooding from about Huntington to Elkins and Lewisburg. This area has that greatest chance for a half of an inch to an inch with higher localized amounts. So here we are at 7 p.m., still pretty quiet, but starting to see rain build in from the northwest. And then it'll be into the early morning hours that some storms in those northwestern areas might have some strength, some redevelopment as the cold front pushes near Charleston and Elkins and south of there through our Thursday afternoon and evening. Quieting down behind this with a few showers lingering into Friday. Overall, a quiet end to the week. FlyStarW forecast, it starts at home. We'll see a stormy Thursday for D.C., but quieter with 84 by Saturday. Charlotte, similar trajectory there. Meanwhile, Orlando, a lot of 90s and more storms on the horizon. Chicago, quieting down after today's severe weather outbreak. Panhandle to panhandle forecast. We do have temperatures staying in 67 to 70, looking north overnight. Then some low to mid 80s here for our Thursday with some thunderstorms, of course, expected. Not as much action as you go east, looking to Charlestown for 67 tonight and 91 on Thursday. We'll see Elkins at 66 tonight, Ripley 72, but mid 80s there with Elkins not quite reaching 80 for Thursday. Marlinton 63 tonight, Charleston 72, and then low to mid 80s across southern West Virginia for our Thursday. As mentioned, a bit quieter late week into the weekend, but more storms that could bring heavy rain Sunday into Monday.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
Five, three,
Red 57, Red 57, hot.
I don't believe what I just saw.
Bill McKenzie kicks a 38-yard field goal on the final play of the football game.
5 seconds left in the game. Do you believe in miracles? Yes!
It is a great night to be a Mountaineer wherever you may be.
From the home of the state's land-grant institution, inside the Health Plan Studios, in the Dale B. Miller Building in Morgantown, it's time for the state's most listened-to sports talk show. This is the CityNet Statewide Sportsline. CityNet, cybersecurity experts for the digital age. And now, across the state of West Virginia and beyond, Sportsline is on the air.
And good evening. Welcome to Wednesday night on the Sportsline. Kyle Wiggs, Greg Hunter, Brad Howe. On the day the magic came to an end, the magical season comes to an end. West Virginia loses to North Carolina 12-7 in Omaha. The Mountaineers end up 2-2 in the College World Series. 2 wins over Troy, 2 losses to North Carolina. And North Carolina does its job, got great pitching for the most part, and hit its way into the championship round. 12-7 the final today. Guys, it's bittersweet. It's hard to see it end. It was such a great run. The expectations have been raised so much, but it is not to diminish at all what this group accomplished, the coaches and the players, the greatest season in 135 years of Mountaineer baseball history.
Well, you're right, and Brad, I'll let you expound on it even more. But, no matter what the sport, when you have runs and you have a lot of fun in the postseason, unless you reach the very pinnacle, there's going to be a disappointing end to it, and that was today. In 2 days, you'll remember what this season really was.
It's a great point. That's exactly what I was thinking, Greg, is that the last 3 weeks have just been such a magical run, and we got so used to the incredible highs that were coming, and they didn't stop, right? You had a bump in the road against Kentucky, and then you came right back and papered over that and got the great drama. And so you're right, Greg. It's been an unbelievable season in totality. But these last 3 weeks have been really fun, and we talked so much about in Omaha how West Virginia just took that over, and you just got used to finding a way to get that win and continuing that run, and unfortunately made a great push at the end. And I thought that was, as Steve Saban said in his press conference, that was exactly a characteristic that this team showed all year, their resiliency, and they wouldn't stop. So they go out that way. But, man, what a fun run. And you're right, Greg. It's incredibly disappointing that the music has stopped for now. But we'll look back on this and say, man, remember that 2026 run? Absolutely awesome.
By the way, Coach Sabins is completing his comments to the media. And we've got about the first 10 minutes of it. But we'll talk a little bit here, take a break, and then play it in its entirety. A couple of Mountaineer players met the media briefly, Matthew Gravlin, Armani Guzman, and Gavin Kelly, who tripled and homered today. But you're right, the fight that they showed at the end, that just kind of encapsulates this entire season. They made North Carolina use their best guy, and then they got to him a little bit.
They did.
To make it interesting at the end.
Gavin Kelly's home run off Glauber on that. That's so. I'm
you
also. You
lived in Des Moines, West Des Moines. Did that land in your?
It was close.
Old backyard.
At least got to Sioux City. There's no question about that. So what was fun about that, and even in a loss, and again, you disclaimer everything with it's in a loss. That's right. But you try and look for some moments within that and things that you'll take away. And Gavin getting hot again these last 2 games and putting an exclamation point on his season as he carries into the next season with all the hype he's going to have and all the attention. I was happy for him to, 1, finish that way, and 2, take Glauber, who's one of the best pitchers in the country, regardless of class, certainly one of the best freshmen, to take him out like that. That was a lightning fast swing. He erupted through the zone and crushed that. So I was glad to see Gavin finish on a high note.
So 20 home runs, which is a new single-season program record.
Hit 5 in mid-May, Kyle.
Right, exactly.
When he appeared on 3 guys before the game in mid-May, he had 5, and he finishes the season a month later with 15. Just an incredible tear.
Greg, you had a
I thought it was 19 for the season.
I think today was it 18? Did he have 18 or 19 coming in?
He was at 18.
Right.
Whatever, you're nitpicking.
19.
He had a ton of home runs and he did them late.
He ends up tying, and our buddy Jed Jerko also had 19 in one of his seasons, his best home run season.
His junior season.
Yeah, exactly. So
and Jed hit his 19th. I believe that was the year his shoulder was bummed up. He hit his 19th. It was an absolute missile in a game against Notre Dame at the Big 12 tournament in Florida, the Big East tournament in Florida.
So, yeah, that was a rocket by Gavin. And
You're right. He had 18 coming in, so he ties with 19. My bad.
That's okay. I just want to make sure my story wasn't incorrect. One of us has got to make a change. So
Matt Gravlin finished up, right? What an addition he was to this team coming in from Ohio State and had the ability, he'd been a catcher, but certainly he was a wonderful catcher for West Virginia this year, but able to give Gavin a break behind the plate and go out and then play a really good left field and then finishes today with 4 hits. So I was glad to see him finish strong as well.
Give the Tar Heels credit. They were 8 of 10 with runners in scoring position.
Correct.
And like I said, they were really good working their way out of jams through the first 6 innings, and then West Virginia finally started to get some runs and some base hits with runners in scoring position. But Tar Heels are good, and now they move on, and they potentially could win this thing.
It was interesting. I mean, this isn't the North Carolina Tar Heel show, but it was interesting. They made just a couple of subtle changes in their lineup. They flip-flopped Hull and Gallagher, and they moved Paulson up to number 4. And those 2 guys they moved up in the order today had 7 hits and 3 RBIs.
Yeah, Gallagher only a home run away from a cycle there. You know, it's pretty wild because West Virginia, Greg, to your point, was really good with runners in scoring position. 4 of 11, 364, dwarfed by the 800 that Carolina went. And guys, this is, again, no secret here. You get this deep in the season and you know what you are. When West Virginia has won and pushed through, it's elite pitching and it's dominant defense. And it just wasn't today. It wasn't there. Credit the Carolina Bats. They went out swinging. They did a great job there. West Virginia had a couple, again, uncharacteristic errors on plays they normally make, and it was too much to overcome. You made a valiant effort at the end, but you just get down too far by 12 runs, and it's too big of a mountain to climb.
Sabes is still going.
So for a while, this is gonna be the last time because you're not going to hear from Saves for a while. There will be a disappearing act for Steve to go rest and recharge. So he's going to get it all out right now.
Recharge. It's called recruit this time of year.
Most of it's done, Greg. The transfer portal's been open for 2 weeks. This West Virginia roster is almost at its end. It doesn't have many spots left.
Credit the NCAA for allowing him to this is his moment. I mean, this is absolute. You're not going to win the thing, but you're going to finish in the top 5 in the country. And again, the greatest season in program history. And, this is his moment to talk about his program. And how about all the stuff that, again, we've talked about this all the way through, all the publicity, all the exposure, all the stuff that money can't buy.
Well, that's what he's doing right now.
Right.
He is smart enough to know that even though most of the portal work is done, the platform is not. And he's going to take one more shot at the platform. And again, we're not listening to him. I guarantee when you get done, there's going to be a lot of talk about what the future holds for this program and all of the advantages that West Virginia baseball has from the biomechanical center. That'll get brought up again. From the fan support, that'll get brought up. This is going to be a nice recruiting pitch for him with the College World Series backdrop back there. You can start clipping this thing and sending it around. So this is not the end. And I've said this many times. I don't believe this is a window closing for West Virginia. I, in fact, think this is a window that had been open, and you pushed it open even further, and there's a chance to bring a bunch of people through this thing now.
We will take a break, and in the next 3 minutes, I anticipate him finishing. Maybe not, but
he's rolling.
He is rolling. He's been going for 20 minutes now. I don't know if we can play all that, but we'll play most of it. So we'll get the post-game comments of head coach Steve Sabins and the Mountaineer players. This is the CityNet statewide sports line. Mountaineers beaten today at the College World Series by North Carolina, an excellent UNC team that just may go on and win the thing. 12-7 the final today. Again, the CityNet statewide sports line. We're inside the Health Plan studios. Since 1979, the Health Plan has called West Virginia home. From humble beginnings, they've grown alongside West Virginia, becoming a part of its fabric. For over 4 decades, they've been here through thick and thin, supporting local families and businesses, proudly serving West Virginia for over 40 years. The Health Plan. Reaction from Omaha coming up right after this.
We are there for you, to care for you at the Health Plan. We are here for you.
For over 4 decades, we've been rooted deep inside West Virginia. Through thick and thin, supporting local families and businesses. Proudly serving your neighborhood since 1979. Your trusted partner in the community.
The Health Plan. We are here for you.
Answering a text or phone call while driving. Seems pretty harmless, right? But in the 5 seconds you took your eyes off the road to respond, you missed the girl riding her bike across the street. You missed the dog who darted into the road. And you missed the stop sign. And while it was just a ticket this time, it could have been worse. In fact, more than 700 people are injured in distracted driving crashes each day. Keep yourself and others safe. Don't drive distracted. Just drive. This message was brought to you by the West Virginia Governor's Highway Safety Program.
Live from the Health Plan Studios, the CityNet statewide sports line returns in 2 minutes on MetroNews, the voice of West Virginia.
What does it mean to lead in medicine? J.W. Ruby Memorial Hospital is the top hospital in West Virginia, nationally recognized for 3 programs and 18 procedures and conditions. But to us, leadership means being first in care, in lives saved, in lives restored. In medicine, we lead in the ways that truly matter.
Longer days, warmer drives, and better deals at Dan Cava GMC. Hit the road in one of our new luxury GMC Acadias. All this and more at Dan Cava GMC in Bridgeport. Shop the road.
Download MetroNews Television on your iPhone or Android. Search MetroNews Television in your app store. Create an account today to get alerts and watch all live and archived content. Download now.
In
In 1914, the same year the first commercial flight soared and the Panama Canal opened, Greer Industries was born. Herbert and Agnes Greer began in Morgantown, West Virginia, striking the first pick into the limestone formation that would become the backbone of one of the state's great industrial legacies. From the roads we drive on, the buildings we build, and the communities we serve, Greer Industries has been delivering quality for decades. At Greer Industries, we've been improving lives for more than a century.
Leading the efforts to build a stronger West Virginia, the High Technology Foundation has a proven plan to strengthen and diversify our state's economy. The I-79 Technology Park's high-capacity infrastructure continues to attract advanced federal operations that are driving economic growth. This keeps our young, educated residents in the state and brings West Virginians home. The High Technology Foundation, building a stronger West Virginia. Learn more today at WVHTF.org.
Sabe's still going.
He's not going anywhere, Kyle. Next game doesn't start for a while. Those Riders have nowhere to go. They are sitting there for a while. Let it run, Steve. Let it run.
We've got, it's pushing, it's over 25 minutes now. So it's if he keeps going, he's going to reach a half an hour. We can't play all that, but we do have the first portion of it. So let's listen in on head coach Steve Sabins. And then the players were there as well. Matthew Gravelin and Armani Guzman and Gavin Kelly. So post-game comments of Mountaineer baseball coach Steve Sabins.
And up with a statement from you.
Couldn't be more proud of this group of kids. What they were able to do and what they were able to accomplish is nothing short of miraculous. So thankful for these players, thankful for the seniors. We have kids in this group that have been part of the best season in program history twice. This is the best season in Mountaineer baseball history. They've been playing baseball for 135 years. So this group of kids get to say that after 135 teams, that they were the first team to make it to Omaha to play and be one of the last 4 teams standing. Certainly tremendous. You never want to go down. If you're going to go down, for me, being down 12-1 and scratching and clawing and fighting and running out of gas and giving literally everything that you have left in the tank to compete is poetic for me. We talk about things to embody those things and to fight back in that situation. I wouldn't want to have it any other way if you're going to go down. We obviously set our sights on winning a national title, and we believe that we were capable of doing that, and we fell short of that goal. But these kids stuck together through thick and thin and adversity, and what they were able to accomplish gave hope and belief and excitement to a state and to a university. And so just so thankful for these kids. I'm thankful for their parents for trusting me with their kids, and hopefully the players were able to take a lot from this season and learn a lot as well.
We're going to open it up to questions for the student athletes.
Mark Arlen, Just Baseball Media. Matthew, when you transferred in here, you took a chance to be able to come and play at West Virginia. Talk to me just a little bit about that, and did you envision this kind of run with this special group of guys?
Yeah. So when I committed, obviously, the goal is to end your season in Omaha. Like Coach Sabe said, we fell short, but I'm just super proud of the group and the effort all season. And I'm just super grateful for the opportunity to become a Mountaineer and finish my collegiate career as a Mountaineer.
Noah Binick, 11.7. Question for Gavin and Armani. You guys were able to play in the College World Series, got a taste of Omaha. Does that fuel you for next season?
The goal is to win a national title, and we were close, so it hurts. But just really proud of the group. We came back from crazy deficits and then had some crazy games in the regionals and even before, so just really proud of the group.
Yeah, just going off of that, we're just going to really enjoy this. I mean, the whole season was just really fun.
and it was everything anyone could have asked for, and we're just super grateful that it ended the way it did.
Andrew Idell, College Baseball Central. For all three of y'all, really, Coach has mentioned that this is the greatest season in the program's long historic history. What has this run meant for you guys as just banding together as brothers?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just glad I could be a small piece of that, you know. I think if you look around, like, you got guys from, you know, all around the country, and I just think it's really special when you have a group like that to come together and make a run like this and become brothers and have a long-lasting brotherhood for the rest of your life.
Yeah, I'd piggyback off that. It's just, I mean, these are some of my best friends for life, so just being able to share the field here with them means a lot. All the hard work that's been put in to get here is really special, and just blessed to be a part of it.
Noah Darling, College Baseball Central. Armani, you're down 12-1, 7th inning, 2 down. You hustle out that grounder to first, and then your coach just touched on it a little bit, but how much was the rally behind that a microcosm of what this group's all about?
Yeah, just respect for the game. I mean, if you're going to play 9 innings, you might as well play them hard. And the whole season, we've never given up a pitch nor an out, so we just continue to do that. And we ended up coming up short, but we all believed that we were going to come back and win that game.
One more for the student athletes.
Kevin Kinder, Blue and Gold News. Ramani, this is one of the few teams been able to slow down your all's running game, catching you, a couple of times. Were they just more efficient holding you on, good throws? What did you see that they did just a little bit better?
They were just well prepared. I mean, they played catch really well, and they're a good defensive team, and it showed up here. And as for us, I mean, we went out playing aggressive, and that's how we play.
Matthew, Gavin, Armani, thanks for all your time this week.
I'd like to say one more thing. Thank you to all the seniors, the staff, the people behind scenes helping make WV Baseball what WV Baseball is. It's been a tremendous season, and just really thankful to be a part of and share it with my best friends.
Thank you, Steve Sabins.
Thanks, Cam. Thanks, boys.
Thank you.
We're listening to post-game of WVU North Carolina. Mountaineers lose today to UNC 12-7. And again, back to the podium for more post-game comments from Mountaineer head coach Steve Sabins.
We're now going to open it up to questions for Coach.
Noah Darling, College Baseball Central. Coach, saw that Tim Corbin had at one point shared some notes with you on what it's like to win here. How was that used when you were here, and what have you learned throughout this process of actually being in Omaha and winning?
I think it's a pretty small brotherhood of coaches and peers that you get to do this with, and you end up gravitating towards people that you think you have similar beliefs and why you're coaching. And so Corbin's definitely been one of those guys for me, and the experience has been tremendous. And I think the more you can make it playing baseball, the better you're going to be. But I think as coaches, you want to make an impact on young people, and so when you find some like-minded individuals like that, and as a young coach, you're looking up to guys that because you're watching baseball and you're seeing how they play and you're seeing how prepared they are, and there's certain individuals throughout my career that when you watch and you listen, you start to really respect why they do what they do. Corbin's one of those guys, and there's many others that I've looked up to throughout my career, but you start getting to feel that there's some guys out there that probably could do anything that they wanted to, and they chose to coach baseball because they have a chance to make an impact. So he's certainly been influential in my life with a lot of other guys.
Taylor Kennedy, Charleston Gazette Mail. Coach, obviously this was a historic season in a lot of ways, but what did this season mean for you just in the grand scheme of things?
I'm just really lucky. I got an opportunity to come here when I was 27 years old. I had no recruiting experience. I'd been to West Virginia once, and Coach Mazey took a shot on me as a young guy with energy. And so I think every season that I've been able to play here, you get more connected with the people, you get more connected with the state, you get more connected with the university. So I think there's a lot of people that could sit up here and talk about their school being special or their state being special, but I think there's an alignment of values that is what you're really looking for in coaching. And so you find a place that welcomes you for who you are, and then the things that you're good at or the things that you believe in, you think that those things could help a university, those things could help a state. And so I think as we've won and we've had big come from behind victories, and you're able to do special things, you start to meet more people in the community, and you meet more university leaders and more state leaders, and you start to recognize that what we do has an impact on people, and that's why I coach. And so you start to kind of align why you're doing something with the people that you surround yourself with. And so I think that's probably been the biggest thing for me, is just like you become really connected to a place, and you become really connected with those people. And so just really lucky to be able to go through the ups and downs, and that doesn't happen without, getting your ass kicked occasionally as well. And so it's all the ups and the downs and the adversity, and then the big wins, and sticking together with these kids and working through things that has been so rewarding for me.
Noah Bieniek, 11.7. Coach, what can you explain the future outlook of the spot that your program is currently in? You have a couple of guys that with eligibility remaining that you can retain and be a really good team next year, and you guys always do really good in the portal. Oftentimes coaches sitting in that position complain a little bit about, the timing of the portal and still competing in the College World Series. Have you felt that impacted you at all? And what's been the, I'm struggling finishing this, but overall, portal-wise, have you been affected with this playing game still?
I'm either too naive or too young or too dumb to complain. That's not really where I ever go. So there's certain rules, there's certain outlines that you have to follow, and my job has always been to try to figure out how to put our university and the program in the best position it can possibly be. And so I just waste exactly zero brain power considering any of those things. At a certain point, if someone wants to elect me in some sort of leadership position with the NCAA, I would have an opinion at that point probably. But for me, it's I think we're really blessed to be able to get to do what we get to do, and our staff has the same mindset. Like, we just go to work to set our team up to be successful long term. And would I prefer to not do Zoom calls in the hotel before we come play a game in Omaha? Probably, right? But I think for every coach that complains about that, the other side of it is that you're looking for parity in the sport. And so we're sitting in Omaha, and so it's a pretty good marketing tool for us to begin with. And so does that mean that we need to work a little bit harder while we're in Omaha? Maybe. But 11 years ago, when West Virginia hadn't been to a regional in 20 years, I was pretty thankful that I was getting to work and recruit young guys. And if I wasn't in Omaha, I can promise you I'd be out working everybody that was. And so I think there's some sort of balance there. Like, you got to give people an opportunity to make jumps and strides. It's not the rich always has to get richer in these situations, right? Like, I'm pretty sure we're going to capitalize on going to Omaha and recruit the hell out of that. And so to each their own, I guess, when it comes to that side.
Quinn Roby, U92. It looked like Max jogged out there late in the game. Was there a thought that if you got the game within reach that Max was going to come out there if there was a 10th inning?
Yeah, in the seventh, I think when it was 12-6, Max was sitting next to us, and I said, Max, when we tie the game, you want to go in and hold it for a couple innings before we win it in extras? He's like, sounds good. You want me to put my cleats on? I said, yep, head on down there, big dog. And so that was pretty much the extent of the conversation. Before the game, he said, my arm feels great. And so he kind of planted a little bit of seed in my head there.
Justin Jackson with the Dominion Post. Coach, in the ninth, Lumsden's flyout, at any point did you think that was going to be a home run? And then can you characterize just the way North Carolina started the game offensively? Was it overwhelming at all what they were able to do?
Yeah, Lumsden definitely thought it was a homer, but I think when you're at that point, you're seeing everything in a positive light. You're like, Lumsden's about to hit a 3-run homer. We're about to get hit in the ankle the next pitch, and the next dude's going to hit a 2-run dinger. This thing's tied up. Max Yale's warming up in the pen, right? You're playing through all those scenarios in your head because the alternative's no good. They started off well. We didn't play our cleanest baseball, and that's that certainly happens. I think if we play really clean baseball, it's just a tighter game. But they didn't play their cleanest version either, and so like I said, I was fired up how our guys continue to battle, and they put one of the best pitchers in the country in for the 3rd straight game, and we kind of got him a little bit. And so for me, I'm probably sick, but in those moments, I'm like, we're going to pull every bullet out of North Carolina humanly possible. Even if we lose this game, we're going to bleed them out. Like, that's what I'm thinking in the box. And so our goal was just to scratch and to claw. And I'm not a great, and it's not necessarily right or wrong. I'm just not a great token at-bat guy or token defense guy. Like, everything that we do is strategic, and every move that we make is to set up to win the game. And every kid on that team and every staff member understands that. And so the kids that didn't play, I love dearly, and they will continue to prepare, and they're going to earn their way in there. But I think there's probably some scenarios where if you're down 12-1, there's probably certain teams that would wave a white flag, or you're down 15-0 or whatever. And I just kind of refuse to be that guy in those situations, because I think everything is earned, and those kids that were in there earn the right to go win or lose the ball game. And so I'm as proud as the kids that played as the kids that didn't play, and the guys that are working to get in there. And some of those kids got hot in the bullpen and were ready to go in. And their time's coming if they continue to work and continue to get better.
Mike Kazaz of 24/7 Sports. Steve, can you just take me through your plan for Chanson today, and any reservations after the first inning about them getting a second look at him, second time to the lineup?
Yeah, we thought we needed to win this game. We thought Chanson needed to get through the lineup twice. We thought if he could pull that off, we would be able to stay within striking distance and win the game, and he wasn't quite able to do that. We really wanted to get him through twice. Didn't start off great. Obviously, a leadoff walk and that kind of scenario is not what you want. He's the whole reason we're sitting here to begin with, right? He won 10 games. He's an All-American, one of the best pitchers in the country. And so when you start mapping it out, you have to win today to play tomorrow. But what we really needed is for the guys who have pitched great for us all year to clip 5 and 6 innings at a time, so you can keep interchanging pitchers, and you could potentially do a little bit better in hindsight today, but tomorrow and the next day, right? It's coming, right? Because you're playing good teams, and so we kind of know what it actually takes, and so you can go on pixie dust and a miracle and that kind of thing, but we needed him to be good. So you don't really have a choice, although you can keep kind of mixing in new arms. You need for your best guys to be good.
Steve Saban's there, a lot to digest. That was about the first 15, 16 minutes or so of his post-game news conference, and the last bit there on the pitchers. And again, North Carolina came out, hit the ball, and neither Cole nor Korn, when he got in there, were effective. They hit both those guys hard.
Sure, and Korn was so good the other night, right? And as he mentioned, Chanson has been so fantastic all year. It's the reason you're in this position, as he outlined there. So that's been the trademark of this team. It got elite pitching all season and did in the postseason as well. And that's what got you to Omaha. And that and defense were your calling cards. And a couple of times that got away from you, and then it ends up in a loss, just part of the game.
We'll take your comments when we return. 304-TALK 304. That's the text line. Last 5 or 6 minutes of the show, we'll check in with the North-South group again, preparing for Saturday's game. Head coach Nick Mayle, the coach of the North team from Philip Barber. He's scheduled to join us in the final few minutes. Maybe we'll get a movie review, find out where they're bowling or swimming tonight. That's all coming up on the CityNet statewide sports line. We're back to the Health Plan Studios coming up after this.
The WVU Medicine Transplant Alliance exists because of one extraordinary act, the gift of an organ. Each heart and kidney transplant represents a donor's legacy, a gift powerful enough to turn imminent loss into renewed life. Our dedicated transplant team honors that gift with expert, compassionate care before, during, and long after the transplant. Learn more about organ donation and the life it creates at registerme.org/WVU Medicine.
We are there for you, to care for you at the Health Plan. We are here for you.
For over 4 decades, we've been rooted deep inside West Virginia. Through thick and thin, supporting local families and businesses. Proudly serving your neighborhood since 1979. Your trusted partner in the community.
The health plan, we are here for you.
If a fire occurred in your home, would your smoke alarms work? Don't wait for a tragedy to find out. Smoke alarms are designed to give you and your family the precious seconds you need to safely escape. Test your smoke alarms every month by pressing the test button until the alarm sounds. Depending on the type of battery in your smoke alarm, you may need to change the batteries at least once a year or whenever the low battery warning chirps, and never remove the batteries for any reason. Remember, having working smoke alarms is not only a good idea, it's the law. A message from the West Virginia State Fire Marshal's Office.
Live from the Health Plan Studios, the CityNet statewide Sportsline returns in 2 minutes on MetroNews, the voice of West Virginia.
Today's MetroNews television forecast is brought to you by Lou Wendell Marine Sales. We sell family fun.
All eyes are on the lower Great Lakes today for a severe weather outbreak. Those storms weaken as they push east, bringing a marginal threat into West Virginia late tonight, including a marginal threat for some excessive rainfall. Then redeveloping storms with a widespread slight risk here, primarily for some damaging winds on Thursday, and a target for flooding from about Huntington to Elkins and Lewisburg. This area has that greatest chance for a 1/2 inch to an inch with higher localized amounts. So here we are at 7 p.m., still pretty quiet, but starting to see rain build in from the northwest. And then it'll be into the early morning hours that some storms in those northwestern areas might have some strength, some redevelopment as the cold front pushes near Charleston and Elkins and south of there through our Thursday afternoon and evening. Quieting down behind this with a few showers lingering into Friday. Overall, a quiet end to the week. FlyCRW forecast, it starts at home. We'll see a stormy Thursday for D.C., but quieter with 84 by Saturday. Charlotte, similar trajectory there. Meanwhile, Orlando, a lot of 90s and more storms on the horizon. Chicago, quieting down after today's severe weather outbreak. Panhandle to panhandle forecast. We do have temperatures staying in 67 to 70, looking north overnight. Then some low to mid 80s here for our Thursday with some thunderstorms, of course, expected. Not as much action as you go east, looking to Charlestown for 67 tonight and 91 on Thursday. We'll see Elkins at 66 tonight, Ripley 72, but mid-80s there with Elkins not quite reaching 80 for Thursday. Marlinton 63 tonight, Charleston 72, and then low to mid-80s across southern West Virginia for our Thursday. As mentioned, a bit quieter late week into the weekend, but more storms that could bring heavy rain Sunday into Monday.
CityNet statewide Sportsline on this Wednesday night. Mountaineers knocked out of the College World Series, but what a season it was. 304 Talk 304, your reaction to it. And coming up, we'll check in with the North-South game. Right off the bat, looking ahead, guys, Texter asks, what are the chances of keeping Gavin Kelly and Armani Guzman? Well, Guzman may have a decision to make.
Well, not may.
Yeah,
he does. He has a decision to make, and certainly after the run he has been on all season, certainly, but the last 3 weeks, he could go make some money professionally if he would like to. So I think that's the biggest decision here of the offseason is what does Armani want to do? Will he come back and be a part of this program, or will he go take a swing at the next level? Gavin, I think you feel really good about coming back and being the cornerstone of this program moving forward next year.
Yeah, he's only his second year in college.
Yeah, he's not draft eligible.
So he's not draft eligible. Everybody's transfer eligible.
Right, this
anymore.
texter's thinking his phone's ringing from the SEC schools.
But I think West Virginia's got a plan.
Again, this is not a, oh my gosh, I hope West Virginia can. This is West Virginia's in a great position. In one of the better positions in this league, if not the best, and one of the better ones in the country. So I think you'll be super competitive with these guys. And I think the expectation is that Gavin will be back as the cornerstone of this program. Armani, your golden blue glasses on. You're certainly hopeful that he would return. But, yeah, he's got a chance to go play at the next
he
level.
helped himself professionally. You know the professional ranks. Yeah. But what he's done the last month, he's elevated himself a great deal.
And if he comes back, you go to the fall or even in the spring, and you say, pick your position. Yeah. What position would you like to play? Because he's proven he could play anywhere.
Anywhere, and it may not even be one that he's played yet.
Yeah,
that's true. That's a good point. Texter says these Mountaineers fought to the end. So proud. What a great season, no doubt. Texter says we punked Cal Poly twice, and then Troy. So I guess it was our turn to be punked. Life goes on. A fantastic dream season. Final four of the College World Series in all caps. And it's accompanied by an AI-generated couch on fire.
I think everybody's done a really good job of appreciating and putting this in context, but I also don't think it completely settles in until you get some time away from the actual event ending today. This was an unbelievable accomplishment, guys. Never mind. And Greg, it's kind of like the hosting of the Super Regional becomes the winning the Big Ten Big East tournament in Madison Square Garden. That you have to stop and think about like how great that was because you did something special after that. But I think this will really settle in here in the coming months when you look back and say, wow, look what this team did.
Texter says pitching is the difference. We lost 2 quality arms this year, one to injury and one to perhaps off-the-field issues, but we simply didn't have what you need on the staff to win it all. And again, North Carolina's got a stable of great arms, and, one of the keys is getting that second win and staying in the winner's bracket and not only, having those arms, but having a little bit of extra rest. 304 Talk 304. What does the Biomechanics Center do? Pitching, hitting, measuring your swing, angles, etc. Well, we could do and probably should do a whole show on that.
It's coming.
7 shows.
It's coming. We're going to do some stuff on that. Yeah, it's all of those things. So it's Brody Kretzer was on 3 Guys Before the Game and talked about it a little bit from a hitting perspective. And the example he used was about using the force plates that are in the floor in the batter's box in there. And so when you're hitting, you want to keep your weight back. The more you get out on your front foot, the more trouble you get in, the susceptible you are to off-speed pitches, and you lose your power. And he talked about he thought he was doing a great job of staying back. And to the eye, coaches thought he was doing a good job of staying back. When he looked at the data that was coming out from the force plates, he was not. He was getting a little bit out on his front foot. He used that as an example to highlight it's stuff that he wouldn't have seen with his eye, that it took those force plates to help him. He talked about J.J. Weatherholt's swing is in the computer system, and the guys can go in at any point and watch it frame by frame and slow it down for launch angle, balance, all of that. Now, again, not everybody can duplicate what J.J. Weatherholt can do, but it can give you some clues to that. And on the pitching side, it's the same thing, but it's arm slot, it's velocity, it's spin rate, it's location, and all of that. Mechanics, where's your foot landing? How's your foot on the rubber? There's just a billion things that you can look into, and they are looking at all those things with these guys.
So the minutia can be an edge. That's what you're looking for.
No question. And again, we go back to this, but it's easy to see the advantage when Paul Skeens is coming down here to work out because the Pirates facility doesn't match up to what West Virginia has. Let me say that again, Kyle. There's a Major League Baseball franchise right up the road that can't match the facilities that West Virginia has. So last year's reigning Cy Young Award winner came down here to West Virginia's facility to get his work in.
No question. Let's see. Top 5. Texter took exception. I guess I said top 5. Wouldn't it be guaranteed to at least 3 or 4? Well, 3 or 4 is in the top 5. And first of all, there's no guarantee. But yeah, I mean, they should be 3, 4, 5 somewhere in that ranking. Real heroes of today's game are those people behind the glass in the trucks. There would be no broadcast. Thank you. And that's a good point. ESPN does a masterful job covering this. Every pitch.
The cameras they have on this, the angles they break out. They have the giant set out in left center field there. They do cover this well. And Greg, as somebody that has watched this event on ESPN, every pitch of it since we were younger, they have covered it for a long time and done it extremely well.
The risk of losing Sabins. Well, you just heard him say everything that this program means to him and the advantages that West Virginia has by the Biomechanics Center. They're ahead of the curve there. So he's not going anywhere. 304 Talk 304. Texter says they had an amazing season. It's over now. Bring on football. Well, let us get our vacations in.
Well, right? I don't know. Football does kick off here pretty soon. Coastal Carolina getting ready.
Drove by the
game
stadium
preview later in the week.
Drove by the stadium today. Parking lot is packed with campers, buses. Everybody's over there. It does not stop.
Football coming soon, and there's not time today. I'll get into it next week, but I got eyes on basketball today too. So we've got basketball information to get into.
Texter says couldn't be prouder to be a Mountaineer. Texter says take a bigger step next year. Well, I guess the next step would be getting to the final. The best of 3 final. North Carolina's been banging at the door for a couple of years, and there may be something to. I know Coastal Carolina jumped up and won it all one year, but there may be something to having to get to this point once or twice in order to break through.
You see that in sports a lot. This is the 13th appearance for North Carolina in the College World Series. Have not won yet, but I will caution everybody again to not move past how special this was.
Yes.
I've said this many times. 2 programs have made the last 3 super regionals. West Virginia and North Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
It is hard to get to that stage. It's even harder to get to the College World Series, whereas we've said many times, nobody returned from last year.
So again, North Carolina's been there 13 times. North Carolina hasn't won one.
Yeah, they got to the finals 06. I think Oregon. They lost to Oregon in 2006. And, of course, they were in Omaha just a few years ago after beating West Virginia in the Super Regionals.
What'd we hear? USC hasn't won it in 25 years. Florida
Oklahoma,
State's never done it.
Oklahoma's 1994. Texas, who, by the way, is out, was out before Western Virginia. 2005, the last time the Longhorns won the thing.
This is
Texas.
hard.
Hard.
Very hard, no doubt. Another football-related question. Unprecedented Mountaineer baseball season. Congratulations. Now, who starts a quarterback? Here we go.
Let's see. What time is the game on September 5th? I can tell you 1 minute after kickoff.
You think?
This will be a fun offseason of discussion. Each one of those guys brings something to the table. Obviously, Michael Hawkins is the more prototypical Rich Rodriguez quarterback. Fits what we've seen out of a Rich offense before, but don't discount Scotty Fox and what he learned last year in the fire and knowing this system. He's going to give him a run, and this won't surprise me, Greg, if this is the season you see both those guys play again. In fact, I'd be surprised if both of them didn't play at some point during the season.
Texter asked, does this mean I have to pull for UNC Chapel Hill to win it all now?
No, I don't think you have to pull for anybody. I told the story the other day. Tony and I went over to the game the other night after West Virginia had played, and there was 2 fans sitting next to us, and it was Georgia-Oklahoma playing. And Oklahoma took a ball to the warning track. Took a ball to the warning track. And the guy next to us went to his knees in a catcher squat as if he was just so disappointed, like it was so close. And so we started a conversation, figured they're Georgia fans right there. You react that you almost had one, but you made the catch. We said, you guys Georgia fans? He said, no, hate Georgia. In fact, that's what I was disappointed about. They were Auburn fans, and they were hate watching Georgia and Oklahoma. He said, we hate both of them, but Oklahoma's newer, so we're going to cheer for them. Can't stand Georgia. Was here the other day rooting loudly against Alabama. So, no, you don't have to root for anybody.
Auburn fans just show up?
They showed up. They made their Airbnb reservations months ago. They decided just to show up anyway. Their team wasn't in it, and they showed up to hate watch the other SEC teams.
And have a little fun. Watch the College World Series. We'll check in with the North-South game coming up. CityNet is West Virginia's local internet provider, high-speed, reliable fiber internet, probably right at your front door. Now's the perfect time to connect. Local customer support you can trust. Fast, reliable fiber internet built for everyday life. When it's high-speed internet you need, CityNet.net connects, protects, and perfects.
Hey, this is Brad Howe for your local internet provider, CityNet. For years, rural communities in West Virginia waited for reliable, high-speed internet. Now, fiber is most likely at your front door. Public investment helped build the opportunity, and CityNet delivered the service to homes and businesses just like yours. With free equipment, free installation, no contract, and local support you can count on, switching to fiber has never been easier. Fast downloads, smooth streaming, better connections for work, school, and everyday life. When it's high-speed internet you need, CityNet.net connects, protects, and perfects.
Answering a text or phone call while driving. Seems pretty harmless, right? But in the 5 seconds you took your eyes off the road to respond, you missed the girl riding her bike across the street. You missed the dog who darted into the road. And you missed the stop sign. And while it was just a ticket this time, it could have been worse. In fact, more than 700 people are injured in distracted driving crashes each day. Keep yourself and others safe. Don't drive distracted. Just drive. This message was brought to you by the West Virginia Governor's Highway Safety Program.
Live from the Health Plan Studios, the CityNet statewide Sportsline returns in 2 minutes on MetroNews, the voice of West Virginia.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
You know CityNet is West Virginia's leading technology company. Whether we're managing IT infrastructures, protecting the critical data and networks of our region's businesses, or providing fiber broadband, TV, and phone services, we are your go-to experts. We're also a strong partner in the communities in which we serve. CityNet, your trusted technology partner. Learn more about us, visit citynet.net.
We are there for you, to care for you at the health plan. We are here for you.
The Health Plan proudly supports our active and healthy communities and has been your most trusted carrier for over 40 years. Log on to healthplan.org for more information.
We are there for you, to care for you at the health plan. We are here for you. We're Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, and we're gonna save you. We've got it down to a science, an absolute state of art. We do it all, restoration, cleaning, and reconstruction. When disaster strikes, just pick up the phone. We're Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, and we're gonna save you.
CityNet Statewide Sportsline. We're in the Health Plan Studios. Kyle Wiggs, Greg Hunter, Brad Howe with you. Couple of minutes previewing the North-South All-Star football game, noon on Saturday at South Charleston High School, and the head coach of the North squad is Nick Mayle of Philip Barber. And Coach, good evening.
Good evening. How you guys doing?
We're doing great. How have your workouts been going? Today was practice 6 or 7, right?
Yeah, something like that. It feels like it's Wednesday of next week. So we've been getting in some work though, but the kids are doing great, and we're getting a lot in, and we're just polishing off stuff already. I mean, they've picked up stuff really fast.
So, Nick, how do you formulate an offense for this? Do you just do what you normally do, or do you have to look around and change a lot of what you're used to? How do you put this together?
I think that's really one of the cool things about this game. We have 4 different head coaches on here, and I brought my offensive coordinator, Toby Poling. So, he's working with Coach Donnie Evans out of Hampshire on the offensive side. So we're mostly like a power run team, and Coach Evans is their spread team, and we've kind of meshed things together and found a terminology that works for the kids and made it work. So, we try to play to like kids' strengths, and then they learn new things along the way. So it's pretty cool.
There you go. Take some new things back and put them in the playbook there.
Yeah.
I like that, Coach. We talk to coaches and players about this every year, and everybody just raves about the experience. If I asked you to name the very best part of this experience for you, it would be what?
For me as a coach, like I said before, we have there's myself and 3 other head coaches. I got Derek Stephen and Terry Ray, Derek at Kaiser and Coach at Ray's at Washington, and it's almost like a coaching clinic throughout the week. I kind of nerd out on football stuff, so learning new things and things that we can take back to our program and how they do things, and that's the cool part from the football coach aspect. But just the best part of it is the kids coming from all different areas around, and we got 35 kids from 23 different high schools and all different types of communities and cultures within their program, and then coming together and just within a short amount of time, we're forming our own culture on this team, and they're playing together and meeting friends, and sometimes it'll be lifelong friends, and we got several guys that are going to be college teammates next year, and it's just seeing that develop through the week is pretty amazing.
So you got a number of guys that are going to play in college. Is there a player or two that comes out of this game with a college opportunity that maybe they didn't have a week ago?
I know one guy. We got Levi Price from East Hardy. He doesn't have, he had some offers, but he didn't set on anything, and he's just a dynamic player. He's our kicker, but he's playing slot receiver. He can punt too. He can return punts. He can do a little bit of everything. And if I was like a college coach, I'd want a guy like that on my team. So I'm hoping something positive comes out of it for him. But everybody else is pretty much locked in, and whether they're going to work after this being their last game or getting ready for the college experience.
So, Nick, that's probably got to be pretty neat because, I mean, you've seen a lot of these guys, faced a lot of them, those that didn't play for you, but now you get to meet them and probably appreciate their skills and their personalities a lot more than when you were on the other side of the field.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we got two quarterbacks from our conference from the Big Ten. We got A.J. Bart and Dawson Tenney. And they've both been 3-year starters, so I've got to see quite a bit of them and have to prepare for them and, know their strengths and that kind of stuff. So it's good to get to, when you're playing against them, you don't really like them because you have to prepare so much for them. And then you get to meet them, and they're great young men, and it's a great opportunity for them. And, we got several linebackers and defensive linemen that are also in our conference. So it's just a cool thing to not have to prepare for them and get to play with them and find out that we're all like from the same cut of cloth. So it's a great time.
We'll get you out of here on this. About 30 seconds left. What's the activity for tonight?
Tonight today it's kind of mixed up today. We went and toured the Capitol Complex and got to go into the Senate chambers and the House of Delegates and the West Virginia Court of Appeals and walk all through there and learn a lot about that and sit down and listen to some delegates and talk to us. And so that was I think a very educational experience for our guys. And then we're at practice right now, and then after practice I think it's showers, and then there's an FCA program for the kids that would like to attend that.
Outstanding. Well, great field trip. How about that? The whole Capitol breakdown. Coach, we appreciate your time. We encourage people to check out the game noon Saturday at South Charleston High School, the North-South game. Good luck, and thanks for your time.
Thank you, guys. I really appreciate it. Go North.
Go North. Head coach Nick Mayle there, Philip Barber, coach of the North. And, again, that game comes up on Saturday. Well, still, I'm sure we'll keep breaking it down as the week moves on. West Virginia out of the College World Series. Look for Greg Carey's work on the game at WVMetroNews.com.
From the Health Plan Studios, the CityNet Statewide Sportsline is an exclusive production of the MetroNews Radio Network. All rights reserved.